Imagine spending months convincing people that you're pregnant. You're telling your friends you're pregnant. You're telling your family you're pregnant. Telling everybody that you're pregnant. Everybody believes you. Your friends, family, even the man that you are so in love with. You take maternity photos. You wear the maternity clothes. I mean, you're pregnant, right? You talk about baby names, buying a crib, setting up the nursery room for the baby. You even start to count down the days to your due date. Now, imagine one more thing. None of it's true. There is no baby. And according to prosecutors, this is how Taylor Renee Parker digged herself in this big hole. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie May. I know it's been a minute. I was in AP2 class. If you know anything about anatomy and taking it in the summer, you know that it takes a lot of time. So if you're new here, I talk about true crime and I also do my makeup. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's just get on to the video. So before we talk about the case, we need to understand how this starts. So it does not start with someone just unaliving someone. It progresses. So long before anyone knew Taylor Parker's name, Taylor Parker was just a regular young woman. She was a country girl. She loved country stuff. She loved the cows. She loved the ranch life. And if you looked at her social media during that time, you can see her at rodeos. You can see her with dogs, you know, posing with her dogs that she had. She was just living her country life. And nothing really stood out. It just looked like this woman was just a loving woman who loved her friends and her family. But during her case, when people testified against her, they said that she portrayed herself as this wealthy woman who had all the money and who can do anything she want to do. And she would just tell like these stories that just weren't true. So she claimed to inherit a lot of money from her family other and certain properties. One day she just randomly woke up and said that she claimed millions of dollars from a property that her family had. And whenever someone asked, oh, why don't you have access to that money, she would just make up a lie. She often portrayed herself as being wronged by her family, especially by her mother. Many of the stories that Taylor told were just not true. So now that you know this information, we can carry on. So during the summer of 2019, Taylor met this man. His name was Wade Griffin. So Wade, he was a country guy and Taylor's a country girl. They saw each other, they hit it off perfectly. He was really googly-eyed about Taylor and Taylor was googly-eyed about Wade. They met at this small town road in East Texas. You know, the country music blasting, families in the stands, you know, living it up. A lot of their friends would say like the connection that they had was just so immediate, like they just clicked like immediately. And Wade, he was really hardworking. He loved the outdoors and he spent most of his time really working. We love a working man. We do. So Wade was not chasing fame or attention or anything. He just wanted to build a really good life. And at the time, Taylor seemed like she was going to be the perfect woman to build with him. So after they met, they started texting, you know, calling, going on dates, etc. Like, you know, getting into the groove of things. The relationship moved really quickly. Some people thought it was a little odd, but some people thought it was normal. You know, if you click, you click. So that's how some people saw it. What is your take on relationships? Like, I feel like there should be like a good pace, you know, not too fast, not too slow. So with a matter of months, Taylor moved into Wade's home. First red flag, they were talking about marriage. They were talking about, you know, getting together, having children, etc., building a ranch, raising farm animals. So looking back at the pictures, they seem really happy together. They were making plans that felt real. Well, at least in Wade's eyes, they were real. He said that Taylor was going to be the woman that he was going to spend the rest of his life with, while Wade was thinking that he was building this beautiful, amazing future with Taylor. The whole time, Taylor had other plans. So Taylor continued to tell Wade about the fortune that she was supposed to inherit, right? She even showed him a lot of paperwork and documents, and together they looked for properties. They started to imagine their dream home. From Wade's perspective, there was no reason to question any of it. I mean, he loved her and he trusted her. And you know, love and trust comes naturally. I mean, when you're in love or sharing a home with someone wanting to build a future, you don't expect them to do bad, you know? But always be on your toes. People like to play. So then around 2020, Taylor tells Wade something so amazing. She tells him that she is pregnant with a baby. Wade was overwhelmed with excitement. He was super ecstatic. I mean, he was talking about the baby clothes, the baby names. Oh, I'm going to be a good dad, a good father. Telling all his friends, the family members, and everybody was excited for Wade. Everybody was excited for the couple. And his life that he dreamed of was looking just how he wanted it to look. But there was one problem. Taylor was not pregnant. pregnant. And months began to pass, so she decided to order a fake belly and walked around with the fake belly. You're probably wondering, well, how did I know that she was wearing a fake belly? I don't really know. But from watching the documentary, all I know is that he was really working really hard and he was just so focused on his work. And then when he came home, he was probably super tired. I remember he mentioned that Taylor would go into the bathroom for like a long time and he was not allowed to see what she was doing in the bathroom. And he would talk to his friends about it and his friends would be like, that's a little weird. Like, so some more time passed by, they began to pack the baby bag. The big question has been coming up, when is the baby due? And that's how Reagan came into play. Taylor did not randomly pick Reagan. The two women actually knew each other, and that's what makes this story so heartbreaking. About a year before everything happened, Reagan and her fiance were planning one of the most happiest days in their lives. They were getting married. So like most couples planning a wedding, they were trying to save money, whatever they could. So they went to recommended local photographers, and that local photographer was named Taylor Parker, and she decided to give her a chance. At first, Taylor seemed so wonderful, easy to talk to, super friendly. According to Reagan's family, Taylor had this personality that made people feel so comfortable immediately. At one point, Reagan's sister said that it's almost as if she wasn't a photographer anymore. It felt like she was a part of the wedding, like they'd known her for years, and that's what makes it so scary. So the wedding itself was beautiful. Taylor was capturing all of the pictures and etc. And looking at those photos now, it's so terrifying and sad. The woman that took those photos is the same woman that ended Reagan's life. But when the wedding ended, their friendship didn't. So during the reception, Reagan found out that Taylor was going through this horrible divorce and wanted to be there for her. And so, you know, they were staying in touch. They messaged each other. They spent time with each other. And Reagan really trusted Taylor. And Taylor never gave a reason for Reagan to not trust her, because she seemed sweet, outgoing, someone who loved animals, someone who loved photography, who loved people, who can tell a joke, who was funny. Why would this person hurt me? You know, at this point in time, Taylor's life is looking perfect, right? She's pregnant, she has a really good friend, you know, really good family. She has the love of her life. As weeks went by, they even decided to have a baby shower. And Taylor's family was at the baby shower. And you know, after the baby shower, people are like, okay, when is the baby due? One day she said that she went to the doctor and she said that they decided to push her due date back. She told people that there were a lot of complications and a lot of things going down there. And she didn't want nobody to go inside the doctor office. On the flip side of things, her friend Reagan was just married and now she is pregnant. Unlike Taylor, Reagan didn't have to pretend to be pregnant. So Reagan, she already had one daughter and they were going to be expecting another daughter, and that daughter name was Braxton Sage. The family was thrilled. They started preparing for the nursery, buying clothes, you know, preparing for the baby. During all of this, Taylor was right there. She was like, oh my gosh, we're both pregnant at the same time. So Reagan heard the rumors about Taylor lying about being pregnant, because at this point, Wade's family and some of his friends were like, she's acting a little sus. But Reagan heard about the rumors and she was like, I don't believe that. I'm gonna stick beside my friend. And Reagan defended her. So according to Reagan's mother, Jessica Brooks, they had left one of Reagan's doctor's appointments. During that doctor's appointment, that was when Reagan was getting text messages saying that Taylor is lying about being pregnant. Jessica asked her daughter, why are they saying these things about Taylor? But Reagan defended her friend, stuck beside her, and she just shrugged it off. The more Taylor got to her due date, the more desperate she became. So October came, and that's supposed to be Taylor's due date. And at this point, she's running out of excuses because the baby don't stay in the womb that long. So it was October 9th, 2020. Taylor and Reagan, they had plans. So Taylor went to Reagan's house early in the morning. It was nothing unusual. According to investigators, Taylor attacked Reagan inside her home while her baby was in the house. Not after long, Taylor left Reagan's home, but she was not alone. She had Reagan's baby. So Taylor called 911. She told the dispatcher that she had given birth in a vehicle. The ambulance, all of that, got to her car. They didn't really suspect anything. They were just trying to, make sure the baby was okay. When Taylor got to the hospital, medical staff started to notice something. There was no physical signs of childbirth. And even the doctor came in and checked her vaginal area. There was no signs that she gave birth. Taylor's tubes were tied. There was no way this woman could have gotten pregnant. So officers are in the hospital. They're trying to understand what is going on. And the doctor left the room. He was like, okay, my job is done now.
Hysterectomy. There's no way you could have been pregnant. Even though you've been telling people for a while you've been pregnant. There's no way you could have been pregnant. I just want to know what happened, where this baby came from.
And now it was just up to law enforcement. And Reagan family had been trying to reach her. They were trying to call her, no response. They thought maybe she was taking a nap or something. Reagan's mother decides to drive over to her house. And when she got there, it was just a nightmare for her. And police figured out really quickly what's going on. And they arrested her, and Taylor, she went on to trial and she got death row. It's just so heartbreaking because Reagan trusted Taylor. And the person that we should remember is Reagan. She was a daughter, she was a mother, she was a wife, she was a friend. So, and her kindness got taken advantage of. For what happened to Wade, he did not know anything about this. I feel for him as well. And this man, he just wanted to build a life, you know. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a like and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.